What's up, everybody? Today I got a very special package from Oxito as well as Lace Fit in the mail, because today we're going to be installing some brand new LEDs all around the exterior on my 2003 Toyota Tacoma. So without further ado, let's get into it. So everything I received is mostly from Lace Fit. I have no idea why, but for some reason they don't sell the parking light for the tail light, at least for the Tacoma. So I had to go with Oxito, and Oxito, they do have it, so like that. So we have a parking light, which goes in the front right here, where they go. And then we have turn signals for both rear and front. I don't know which one's which, we'll figure that out later. And then up here, we got the LED headlights. So this is the box. Pretty freaking nice. I was like opening up a brand new iPhone. That's nice, that's pretty nice. Lace Fit knocked it out of the park with just the boxing. Product manual. And then we have LEDs. Let's see if we can take these Johns out. We got the LEDs themselves. Oh shoot, I dropped a zip tie. They come with zip ties. These feel really nice. And I guess, I don't know what this is for. I'll figure it out later, but these look really nice. Lace Fit knocked it out of the park with this. Really nice. I can't wait to install these. So let's move on to that. So this is kind of what the stock lights look like. So I did switch out the reverse bulb for one from Lace Fit, and they're super nice, so I already did that. The original lights though, these are just bulbs because the original covers are like this. So whenever you hit your brake or you do anything, it's gonna show as that color. But I switched my lights over to this smoked tail light. So this is how they look like. Now I do have to switch them over because my truck doesn't pass inspection because of these lights, because they're not red or amber or whatever. But I don't really care about that. I want to switch them over because I'm long overdue to get some LEDs on the Tacoma. Now, fortunately, it's only 4 little bolts, so I just kind of organize them on the tailgate so I don't forget later. The pattern, 2 longs on the outside and 2 little short ones on the inside. So if you are wondering, this is the original housing because I was getting hyperflash from the aftermarket one, and all I did was I grabbed this one and I slapped it over. So now let's do the bottom one. You just push and twist and they come out just like that. So I did write it down. So a 1156 is your rear turn signal lights, and this one is the parking light. Lights are installed, literally took less than a minute. So now let's see how they look. This is what they look like. They look sweet. Now compare that to OEM lights. Yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know. So far, the process has been pretty smooth and pretty quick. This is something that you can do on the weekend as a fun little mod. I would definitely recommend it if you still have the OEM lights and maybe even the OEM housing. Just changing up the lights definitely does give the truck a different personality, and I really do like it. Now, very simply and very quickly, we're gonna knock out these bottom lights. They are super easy to do. I'll do it on the other side right now for you guys. So you come under the truck, you come here, you push down and twist, and boom, it comes out, and you can just take out your bulb. Look at that, oh my days. And yeah, this was a long overdue upgrade. All right, guys, now we move on to these parking lights. So, I have no idea how to take them out, but I do know how to take the parking light out. All you gotta do is just get this and they pop right out. Now that I'm going to go put the light in, I realized that the wire for the light has been cut. So to give you guys a little backstory about this truck, this was an Atlanta truck, okay? They repainted it and they did an awful job repainting it. And one of the things that these numbnuts did before they sold the truck was, I guess they just cut the parking lights. Why would they do that? I have no idea. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to get back with you guys later on if I get this rewired and done properly, because that's absurd. I have no idea why somebody would do that. So this kind of makes no sense. They cut the wire on that side, but on this side, they left it. That's kind of weird. Oh, but they forgot to put the bulb on this side. Like, what? So unfortunately, on that side, obviously we're not able to see the LED because for some reason, they decided to cut the wire off. Why? I don't really know, but this is how it would look on that side, and these lights are pretty nice. Now we're gonna do what I've been dreading to do the most, which are these. Alrighty guys, so this is what the new headlights look like intact. Now what does really annoy me is how I can only have this parking light on at the moment. I need to get this side fixed, the proper thing redone, but these headlights look pretty nice. Only problem I did encounter was, now that I do have the new headlights in, it wasn't really that bad if I'm honest, but now I can't put this thing over the headlights. So do you guys know what I do? What's up everybody? So this is kind of a little follow-up. I kind of did have some technical difficulties installing this. The little pin that holds the headlight in on the right side just went flying into the fender. So I have no idea where that is at right now. Something 2Ls. The little rubber lining that goes above the headlight. For some reason the headlight would just not go through it, and it's been a real big pain in the butt to figure this out. But other than that, it was pretty easy.